As the weather is cooler and more dry, are you finding yourself thinking, should I exfoliate? Should I hydrate? Should I do both? My name is Angie Pischke. Welcome to my channel, Quiet Confident Woman. I have a passion for just supporting women and building their confidence, especially introverted women. This channel is going to be all about different things and tips that you can do to do that. So if that sounds like you, make sure to subscribe. All right. Let's go back to that question. Should we exfoliate? Should we hydrate? Should we do both? Of course, the answer is both. And let me tell you a little bit about this though. So exfoliation is a process of removing dull, dead skin off of the surface. Anytime we put products over the top of dead skin, it's not going to work as well. So products like serums and moisturizers and oils and all of those different things that are in our skincare routine, they are not going to be working as well if you put it over skin that needs to be exfoliated rather than putting it over the top of healthy skin. It's just going to absorb better. It's good. The products are going to work better. They're going to do what you spent the money on them to do, right? So exfoliating you can do in a couple different ways. There's two probably main categories of exfoliating. There's like the surface exfoliating products like scrubs or microderm, or maybe like you have a skin brush that you use. Those are all surface exfoliants. There's also what's called chemical exfoliants, and this would be something like glycolic acid. Now, depending on your skin type, it would depend on what feels good to you. I have more sensitive skin, so I find that if I'm using a surface exfoliant like a scrub like microderm, it really can irritate my skin, but I can very easily do a chemical exfoliant. I really like the glycolic acid exfoliant that I have. So I can do that without an issue and still get the exfoliating results. The chemical exfoliating tends to exfoliate at a deeper level than the surface exfoliants. So that's kind of the different categories. Now, with all that being said, if I had to choose only between one, whether it be should I exfoliate or should I hydrate, I'm gonna choose hydration. And the reason is because if we exfoliate and exfoliate and exfoliate and don't couple that with hydrating or enough hydrating, we can really damage our skin. And we don't want to damage our skin. Obviously, we're spending money on different skincare items to make it look healthy and younger, and we don't want to ruin any of that. So definitely you want to have a focus on hydrating as well. Now, I always say hydrated skin is healthy skin. And if you know of anyone who has oily skin, you may find that they look so much younger than what they truly are. And that's because their body does its own form of hydrating. Now, they would say, oh my gosh, I just hate having oily skin. And all of the dry skin people say, oh, I wish I had oily skin. It's kind of like curly hair and straight hair, right? If you have one, you wish you had the other. So let's talk about hydrating for oily skin friends. So if you have oily skin, a couple things that you can do when the season is more dry, more cool. If you are in a dry season year round, then maybe you don't adjust very much. I live in a climate that is definitely colder in the winters and warmer and more humid in the summer. So I definitely have to switch around my skincare routine. So in that case, if you're having to switch skincare routines and you have oily skin, you're probably using a combination to oily cleanser and or moisturizer. Really, you might just need to switch to normal to dry formula. And that might be all that you need to do is just take either the cleanser or moisturizer, or maybe even both, and switch it to the normal to dry formula of that same brand. And you may be set to go for the entire winter. Now, if you find, hey, Angie, I did that and it just feels too heavy, I don't like the way it feels on my skin, then you may want to stick with your combination to oily cleanser or moisturizers and go ahead and add in a supplemental moisturizer for oily skin. Now, these supplemental moisturizers are made to use in combination with your regular moisturizer, so don't discontinue your regular moisturizer. You still want to have your good skincare routine of cleansing and moisturizing twice a day, and then go ahead and add in this supplemental hydration step. Now, what's nice with the supplemental hydration step is you can pinpoint the areas you want to on your face. So maybe you have drier cheeks, just put it on your cheeks. If your forehead is oily and doesn't need the extra hydration, don't put it on your forehead. Just pinpoint it to where you need it. The other item that you may find beneficial is a hydrating mask. Now, with masks, they can go the gamut. Really, you can have a hydrating mask that works at a deeper level that works really, really great for oily skin. And you can have hydrating masks that are more surface hydrating, where you'll find with oily skin, it's just too much and it is not working as well for you. So make sure to look at the back of the package. If it says that it can be for all skin types, fantastic. That would be one to give a try. If it says it can be used for oily skin types, obviously, definitely try it. But if it says only for normal to dry skin, then I would probably steer clear of that one. But you can definitely supplement with masks as well. Now, our friends that have dry skin, and I definitely fit into this category, but if you have dry skin, you can do all of the same things that I just mentioned for oily skin. You're probably not going to be able to get away with just switching your cleanser or moisturizer to a different formula, because we're already using the normal to dry formulas of whatever products we're using. So you'll probably need to supplement with an additional moisturizer. It could be once or it could be twice a day. Also, what you may find beneficial is using some kind of a night, like emollient cream. Think of like your grandma's night cream that was thicker and maybe looked a little bit more greasy. Not something that you're gonna wear during the day, but at night, it can really supplement your skin. So let me rewind and go back to oily skin. If you're using that additional moisturizer for oily skin, what you can do is you can just use it at night too. If you find it's too heavy during the day and you just want to use it at night, that's fantastic. Use it at night, take it off, and then in the morning, and then do your regular skincare throughout the day. You may find that that really serves your skin well. All right, so night creams. Night creams, you're only gonna wanna use at night. They're thicker, they're heavier, they really do a great job at hydrating your skin. And you may need to do an additional moisturizer and a night cream, or you may be able to get away with one or the other. The other thing that I really, really find beneficial for people that have dry skin is adding in a hydrating mask a couple times a week. You guys, these can be fantastic. So make sure to set aside some time, you get ready for bed a little bit earlier, leave that mask on for 20, 30 minutes, whatever it says, and then follow up with your regular skincare routine before you go to bed as well. And you're gonna find the next day, your skin just feels and looks so much healthier. With dry skin, anytime our skin is dehydrated, if you're putting on your foundation in the morning and it's a foundation you've used for a really long, like the foundation looks good on your skin and everything's good, but all of a sudden you're like, why does it look weird? It doesn't sit right, it looks cakey, or I don't know. It's because foundation will pick up texture. So if your skin is becoming more dehydrated, it's going to be picking up that texture of your skin. And once your foundation starts picking up that your skin is dehydrated, it's already pretty severely dehydrated, where you really want to do some work to get it back to a healthy state. But foundation can be really a good indicator of where our skin is at, especially once we're in these drier, colder climates that you aren't able to tell as quickly. Now, of course, whether you have oily skin or you have dry skin, you always want to hydrate internally, be drinking water, even more so when you're in a place that is a little bit more dry. And be careful with the caffeine, because caffeine can dehydrate us. So sometimes it may be that in the winter, you just cut back on caffeine a little bit and you keep the same amount of water that you drink, or you increase your water intake if you're like, I'm not giving up my caffeine. That's the time that I need it. Just increase your water intake a little bit, and that will help tremendously as well. I always say glowing skin is healthy skin. And whenever I say that to people that have oily skin, they look at me and they're like, really, Angie? And they roll their eyes. But truly, honestly, if your skin is glowing, it truly is healthy in all aspects. So here's to healthy skin. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments. Again, if you are feeling you are gonna want some tips on just increasing your confidence, whether that be with your skin, or we'll talk about a lot of other topics too, make sure to subscribe to this channel. And until next time, I'll see you then.